Okay, here's our laundry room, which has been converted into our 700-gallon tank room. This is the oldest tank in the basement, but we have just recently taken all the koi out and put some of our goldies in here. You can see we decorated the front of it a little bit with some copper molds, I guess they're called. Put some bar stools up here for seating. Then we start out with the filters. This black one that you probably can just barely see is a pressure filter. I don't remember who makes it, but it's good for about 3,000 gallon pond. And that's followed up by a trickle filter. Water comes in from the top, gets split out into some tubes, filters down through Metalla and other filtering material, and then returns back into the pond. The workhorse of this filter system is this 55-gallon barrel. The blue tub on the box on the top is just sitting there because we had no place else to put it. This is water comes in the bottom, comes up through a few thousand feet of strapping used for shipping, and then follows this 3-inch line back into the pond where it comes out towards the back. And because it's 3-inch, the water doesn't take the total volume of the pipe, so it mixes air in with the water as it returns to the pond. This is all driven by a 4200 sequence, which is 4200 gallons per hour. So as you can see, we're turning the pond over about 6 times an hour. A 40-liter air pump that runs this pond, plus there's a line that runs all the way over here and upstairs and runs the aquariums in our TV room. It's a pretty big pump for aquariums, but you can run a lot of them off of it. How the water gets to the filtration system is 2 ways. Here's what's called a no-niche skimmer. It sucks the water and crud off of the surface, and this wear floats up and down depending on how deep the water is. As the water goes down from evaporation, that will go down and continue to skim the water off the top. We also have a Aqua Art skimmer on this, bottom drain on this pond. It's about 14-16 inches in diameter, and the water, there's a fine slit at the bottom where it sits, and the water and any crud on the bottom of the pond gets sucked into it, goes up and joins the skimmer water, goes up and goes out to the pump, and it runs it through the filter system. Now, the new contents to this pond are the big goldies that we had outside all summer. I don't know how good pictures I can get of them because they do not like to come to the surface. I don't know if it's because of the depth or if they're just chicken. But we've got a few big ryukins in here. This big dark short tail is probably one of our most recent additions. It's a very big fish. It takes both hands to pick her up, or pick him up. And he's swimming back there with a small orange one that, well, he's not exactly small, but in comparison he's small. Here's a gorgeous calico that we've had for quite some time. And here's Big Mo. Beautiful bright red and white ryukin. This fish has done well in shows. It's got absolutely gorgeous conformation, beautiful tail. Where'd he go? I'm right over the top of him now. And the reason his name is Big Mo is because he was big money. And Laurie said Big Mo to be an apt name for it. Over here's a little black tricolor ranchu. There he goes swimming up. He's retarded, I think. He's got swim issues, always has had. We've had him for 2 or 3 years, and he just, no matter what we do, he just swims nose up. But he gets along well with everybody, and so we hang on to him. And he's a very pretty little fish. We got a bunch of other ones in here. Here's a young calico that we had hopes of becoming a beautiful fish. It's got great conformation, and the only thing is I think the caudal fins are going to curl at the bottom. Actually, the left side you can already see that it's got a little bit of a curl to it. So we don't know if he's going to be a show fish or not. Here's a Aranda down here that is a pretty good sized one. Not our biggest fish, but we're waiting for this one to grow out. I think he's going to be a very nice Aranda. Not exceptional, but I think he will grow into a show fish as he becomes bigger. Here comes Barney, he's checking me out. He's about the only one that comes up to the top. And there's that nice calico that I was talking to you about. He's getting, they must be getting used to me standing here because they're starting to come up to the top now. So anyway, this is our 700-gallon goldfish tank, and thought you'd enjoy seeing it. There's a few more tanks and big and small out in this other room, but that'll be another story.